Okay, yeah. I just made sure about it myself. Is there a free play save not register if you're not in the randomizer? Hmm, that's good. You wish for me to use the god cards, don't you? We were exploring this cave. Right. What do we want to be? That's gonna have to switch again. Hottest would like to be white mage. I guess it's called cleric. That will be fine. This will be fine. I... Which was fine because that's for us, isn't it? But it works for you. Well, let's see what classes there are. I... What's Shaman do? Um, certainly one for Idoran. Uh, do these classes have lores or are they just implicit? Do these classes have lore, or are they just implicit? Like, does cleric actually have any background, or is it just you do clericy magic, that's all there is? I would have rather done cleric, specifically, but I'll do monk. No, absolutely not. It wouldn't be as effective, but I will be taking white magic. I would like not to have burner's blood. That is... I would rather not touch something such as that. So please don't give it to my character. Maybe water maple. I could switch to this if I have issues with accuracy. Right. She will go go back to she'd like well fencer. What's fencer? Behan. So Gara would like to do fencer. Fencer or warrior. She was leaning towards fencer, but she's leaving it up to you. She would like to do... Yeah, battle skill is good. I was going to ask for battle skill. We should just get medium armors with money. Just what? Rogue is by all means a new class as well. Will you be having trickery secondary? We've looked into things and it shouldn't be any problem if we just don't have a rogue. Yeah. We didn't realize that we might have forgotten that this game is reputed to no permanent missables. you have to pay for it? Let's say again. Okay, yes. Also, Flagera will be our tank. Centaur warrior. Nope. It's been 10 minutes, not that bad, I would imagine. None of us want to equip a wand. You know, I have a proposition. You were talking about the 3 home point thing, right? We could potentially make use of 3 home points. If we have home point for current progress, 1 home point for the gender changer services, and then 1 home point for the name reader services. Oh. That's still 2 home points instead of 1. Can't get to either of them, can you? You were talking something about the way the world is explorable, didn't you? I remember what it is. Would you like me to say it? I believe it was said before on stream. This game purports no hidden walls. And she's the Vendry. What's her swordplay? Okay. She's doing attack. Squirrel. Alright. Let's go ahead and attack Squirrel. Hottest is going place. Oh yes, that's the Odyssey. Thank you for such a reference. Yes, we have never seen them green before. Still Defender. Yeah, because we're destroying these. Attack. I'll go ahead and different target. Yeah. She will. She'd like to check her attack. ahead and finish it. It's probably that the unarmed keeps up with their equipment strength. But it probably is behind so that characters are invested in. Poison tip. Alright, I will finish it off. Sure. I'm not the biggest fan of the bar. There is a lot. Yeah. She's willing to give up her wasp stinger. What's it do again? Remind me? Oh, okay, it's less damage. I guess, unarmed is normally dexterity based. Fish hatchery. Yeah. I guess I don't have adventure mindset. Let's see what their wares are. Yeah. I wouldn't worry about it. We do have a white mage. Looks like it. Just to scroll through, see if there's any more character reaction. We have already have accessories. We're surprisingly well equipped. Zapatumi's still angry with me about that. Hottest would like to know what her current equipment specs and P rating is. She says she needs the max MP more than she needs the actual spirit. Because our healing should be solid. And here we are with a squishy class. That's and just having protect on that. Oh, yeah. We have not lost too much funds from it. We have a bomb attack. Probably will teach you. Did we just get a traveling companion who does nothing but fishing for us? That'd be quite interesting. In the upper right corner, can you climb up? Always got to keep an eye for things such as that. It looks like if you close up the map for a moment, if you go up on the tree, then you could go across the river to get to the chest. Yes. I can sacrifice a spot. I'm fine with that. I'd rather not have an item such as that on, but I'll endure. Exactly. It was worth a try. Did we have a heading before we went this way?
Not really.
Okay. There was that cave that we were exploring. I might be misremembering. Oh, I believe we had to sleep early, so we missed part of it, I think. That does not sound familiar, so I believe you are correct. I think you even told us about it later. We have several alters who are curious. I find myself well enough to not be curious. If other alters are willing to be curious, I guess I don't have to worry about that. Alright. Going to go ahead and she'll use the taunt. No, wait, no. She's using swordplay. Poison tip. Carrot. Attack her on top. Attacking the last one. Yeah. You have decided that we're all silly. That is true. Very self-sufficient. Yeah, because Idoran's character has been jumping around so much. We never finished finding the bones, have we? I'd rather us be of assistance. Poison stinger on the bee. Front bee. Then I'll get mid bee. Yeah, that one in particular. Attacking mid bee. Or, as she wants to call it, two bee. She's doing attack on the one without poison. I'll attack the one with that's left standing. Saving up. I think I would be good to have a cleanse. What's the other stance? You'll take that. Yeah, sparkle on the overworld. Probably perceived a little bit. Is there more in the cave we haven't explored? Let's verify. This game takes a very unique philosophy. Just the approach it has. Yeah. The bone with a slime boss battle that we were determined with. Attacking. Yeah, straight up attack. Same. Yeah. Things I do. As a response, not right now. You could feel free to have any of it if you want. Okay. Looks like the monster was strong enough that it was able to last us a session. Are you supposed to be quiet? You've been on red.
How long have I been quiet? Because I have been talking this entire time.
It happens to us.
To you, yes. Not to me. I'm supposed to be better.
Sooner or later, an accident happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just did not turn it on.
Have you been able to hear what I'm saying through her headset at least? If not, I assumed you were playing another game.
That answers that.
Ouch.
Should I... I'm not skilled yet, but should I try to send a prayer to the gods pour the salt on your wounds?
Ouch. Let's see.
If not, I will at least say let's home.
What has been talked about? Enjoying the exploration.
World wrap.
I didn't think we actually mentioned the world wrap.
You?
Not on stream, at least.
I thought you...
So, I guess since it's brought up, you can't actually see where my X is. I'll get out of the cave so you can see where the X is.
But you did say, you could see it, you could visit it eventually.
Yes, if you see a place on the map, you will be able to get to it sooner or later. There is no place that is completely off limits. No invisible walls. Alright, you see the X on the map? I'm going to hold up. I am only holding up.
Yeah, sizable map.
Yeah. And same with holding left.
Might be longer than this. Oh.
So, it's really nice that the world wraps like that. Oh,
So
yeah.
is this a flat world or a round world?
Well, if it was flat, there would be an edge. There is no edge, so it's not flat.
Fair.
Oh, I can make it up here. Does this do anything?
Looks like you can send.
This is what I was saying earlier when I was muted about really appreciating the platform. This does nothing.
a nice view.
It is a nice view. Yeah. Just grab the ledge and climb up. Oh well. I don't think anything vital was missed from what I said. This leads back down into the seaside.
It's pretty much been mostly coordinating party actions.
Yeah.
So if nobody... you just kind of tell by prompts. It'll be like a game.
Oh, hey, a blue fire.
Let's take it out.
But I'm playing hot rope jump. Oh, it's wolf. Okay, something else I learned. You see how that has that icon? For adrenaline?
Yeah.
So how like Scratch has the slash. Get used to seeing that icon for adrenaline. Not necessarily for adrenaline, but what do you want to do?
Spell skill? Or not spell skill, but swordplay? Hawk stance. And then poison tip.
Okay. Hit is only 96% now.
Don't worry, I will attack it.
I'm honestly impressed that missed. Just attack.
Yeah.
2% chance to miss. I don't know.
This is not XCOM. Place. Have we come across a cliff wall before then?
I don't recall.
Well, we didn't have to scan it.
Oh, must have then. Yeah. I might have done it while you were asleep and missed the end of the last one. Just keep that in mind.
Didn't stand a chance.
Really big. That's 2 learn points. No, that was a normal level up. Not a learn level. Huh.
As the game progresses, level up and learning points will become separate things.
I mean, you can see that pretty immediately as it is.
What if we go along the right side?
Over this way?
Yes. Oh, nothing.
Made it.
Good day, sir.
I said good day.
Yes. Let's be careful.
Actually, I should come back this way. Well, look up.
You will do Hawk's dance again?
I'm just saying, if everyone skips their turn, I can burn everything.
So everybody is skipping their turn?
Is everyone okay with that?
Yeah.
Ah, feels good.
That'll be another LP for us.
I don't think that helps anyone except... I mean, if you want the not self-cleanse.
What is an on-top flex?
Alright, that leads to attack while unarmed is increased by strength. So effectively the same as one of the equip passives.
Keep,
And then chakra, healing per turn for self. Okay. You can get the other stance or bleed.
bleed.
I could get nothing. And you could still save up for one more experience to get nothing. Oh, yeah. I was waiting for your nod on that.
Thank you.
I really like the soundtrack too.
It
Honestly.
is a good.
Got
It's a good ambush too. Alright, are we just letting you destroy them all as well?
I am A-okay with that. It feels satisfying to get those.
Yeah. I like that.
Burn. Burn my pretties.
There's something really
Silly smug cat.
little. We don't have a. Oh, because Akaya's character.
Where do you dogs put them this time? We can't play fetch if you keep hiding your bones. Well, you've already found 2 bones. Last one is still missing, though.
Might have to scour this area.
I'm heading back up northward to jump up onto the right side.
Oh, I wonder if that fighter. Oh wait, that we talked to that fighter before.
Yeah, he's the one that runs down this way. Okay, so I'm gonna explore this way then. Because the other way led to the hatchery. Can I get up there? No.
That makes sense. One low elevation, one medium elevation, one high elevation.
Yeah. I don't think jumping across there would help get us back to a place we've been. Oh. More cliffs. I can safely walk down these. And that doesn't help. I mean, it fills out the map, so that's nice. Let's see. Yay, cliff running. Cliff jumping? You calling Daisy silly? Yes, Daisy is very silly.
Let's go down there.
Yeah, this looks like it's unexplored so far.
And I think with the bones, it would be a bone location.
Yeah, might be. Okay. Okay.
That platform in the middle.
Yeah. Haha. Ooh, we're back outside to the Lind. You know what? It's at home point.
We should save. We haven't saved in a while.
There we go.
Saving isn't pressing in this game, though.
It's only not. Oh my god. The walk animation progresses while you're jumping. Oh.
That's a boss. Let's go ahead and fight against it.
Tincture pouch. I mean, it's red.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's explore the area a bit
Let's
more.
go.
And then I'm exploring the area a bit more.
Let's go.
You put me in charge of the running around, so I'm going to veto the let's go and explore a bit more.
You're getting voted 3-1.
And this isn't a democracy.
We're a party. We work together.
Yes, but I'm the party leader.
We have not fought that boss now.
Yes, and I'm still exploring.
After we explore, we fight.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not done exploring yet. There's, so much to explore.
He's buying time. Would you like to give our names?
Who are the 3? There's the Silly Roo, the Silly Burb, and I forget who the third one was offhand, honestly. You only gave 2 names. Oh, right, and the Silly Harpy.
Figured you'd go silly sheep, but sure.
Why? Why would I go Silly Sheep?
Because you went with the animals for the other 2 of us.
And? Oh, wait, you were being serious about the sheep.
You didn't know her animal's sheep?
It has never been conveyed.
Oh. How does his animal a sheep?
Ah. Wake up, sheeple. Wait. Haha.
Yes!
Even the save crystals can be used.
You can't jump across there.
But yes, Hodis, Sogira, and Lahoa, right? Oh, that was very slowly going at first. Oh, that did... I don't think we're going to be fighting this boss quite yet.
I think on diagnosis is dead on arrival.
So, if you lose to a random encounter, you do lose some money based on level, your party, the encounter, stuff like that. If you lose to a boss, you don't lose anything.
It'll tell you if we would lose.
Yes, when you respawn, it'll be like, hey, you lost however much. So, I don't think we're going to be doing that quite
Is
yet.
there any bookmark system?
Yes. Kind of. I don't know what icon you would want to put here. Probably the skull?
Yeah, skull.
Okay. While we have this open, I think cave entrance there is what led out to there.
That's right. You get to jump down to the cave layer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can. Jump across. Yeah, that looks about right. And that's where we got the fencer.
That's what you think. I'm not sure I can convince you otherwise. It looks like there's something unexplored with that area.
Yeah, there might be.
Overworld layer on that?
Oh. Ah, I see. Very informative.
I would like us to go there.
Sure, why not? Well, I mean, we need to go fight the boss, right?
No. This game with clergy not explicitly in robes. Well, it's kind of robish, but it looks more like a clergy robe than some kind of magey robe.
Yeah.
There's a very different feel.
I don't think I can get anywhere else from here, so dropping
Just
down.
to be clear, I said magey, not mangy.
Yes, I know you said magey.
It's more for the audience.
Ah, she said wizardry.
Wizardry.
I can make it. If I jump. YOLO! Look, I'm appreciating the sound. Oh. Are we going to caves or are we going to the proving meadows?
Let's finish the caves and just leave a bookmark on the meadows.
Person! Okay. Question mark? Looks like we might be able to get to there if we can...
Go this way.
Yes! Have you run into any green or orange flames yet? If a flame is green, it means the battle will be easy for your level. A flame also won't chase you from as far away. If a flame is orange, it means it'll probably be a hard fight for your level. Yay,
Yeah.
tonic pouch.
Yeah, if it's a red, then I'll just lay you out along the ground.
Yep, pretty much.
There's ways to find the gods, and that is not one I would recommend. Just so we're clear.
Oh, wait, we were that close to proving meadows as an area this whole time, and we just had gone quite far right enough.
That's essentially the name of the stream.
Ah,
I don't know why you're surprised.
had to try.
I do something silly. Just attacks.
Bonk. 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 Bonk.
Pyromaniac bomb.
I.
This is a trial. Do it thickly these days.
Yes, because if I don't, it's pointless. You enjoy it.
I'll enjoy it. Oh, Silgara. Hopefully Arnez will survive.
I think I can make that, maybe? If I'm not bad. Is it very pixel precise with when you start falling? No, I'm just bad. Hey, I did make it. Is there anything up here? Oh? No. What's up?
Little gear cost a mess.
Oh. That's not good. Is she gonna clean up her own mess?
We're not entrusted to... We don't entrust ourselves to use the stream's account or Twitter. There are alters who make that a very important decision. I'm not willing to do too much into it.
This home point is not your current home point. Would you like to set it before saving? No. I appreciate that it asks, but no. Nah, go away. Oh right, there's an item back here that we already got. You wanted to see what... Okay, I see the area on the map now. Oh. There's a frog.
Oh yeah, the healing frog.
Lick the frog.
Yeah.
Party's fully healed. You know what would have also saved us some trouble? If I knew about it previously? Oh, jeez. Yeah. So you know how there's a crystal at the end down here?
Yeah.
Well, if I can get to it. Oh good, they're not back. So, you can do more than just get a class from a crystal. You could, you know, change class or warp to home point. You know, the standard crystal stuff, except set it as a home point.
Huh.
That would have made it easier to travel back out. Warp to home point, I guess?
Yeah. I'll look at the area.
Oh. This is fine. To the proving grounds! I really hope for the dog's sake that that monster isn't protecting a bone. Did we ever read this? The land, east, Proving Meadows, south, Seaside Caves. Alright. Tree hopping. Tonic. This is kind of a bleak-ish place.
It does seem rather... I wonder... It feels more intimidating than sad. Or more sad than intimidating. I would have imagined it would be intimidating rather than...
I wonder how I get up there.
Probably through inside.
Probably, yeah. Down at the entrance. You must discover at least 3 crystals to prove yourself worthy of adventuring beyond to this point. You have not. You have only discovered 2 crystals so far. You are not yet worthy. Go out and continue adventuring. Return after you have found at least 3 crystals. Ah. Oh. Don't stress too much about min-maxing your growth rate now. Okay. Want a random tip, guy? Don't stress too much about min-maxing your growth right now. There's an NPC later that can help you respec if you're into that. Good to know. Care to buy some weapons? Or are you too poor? Alright. Hey, more variety than before. Can't equip, already have it. not as good. Gnarled Root would raise Spirit, but you're more concerned about Max MP, right? Oh man, I mean, why would you want to equip a wand? It's less Max MP anyways, but... I mean, no, why would you want to equip a wand? I desperately need new armor, but I've only got a bit of cash left. You're here to buy some armor, huh? Have a look around.
I went to open up and I ended up making a biting commentary. It gets a little political, I guess, but not alright to mention.
How does opening a new window lead to a biting comment?
Because the window we were opening from.
So,
Actually, you know what? It's not really my wheelhouse normally, and it's really not appropriate for the stream normally. But this is Pride Month, and the dot matter does regard.
quick question. One headgear or two major robes?
Let's support our mages, especially since Otis already gave up some potency. But yes, so this thread we ended up in, someone said, we never denied you, we never divide trans women, transgender people knowledge of their existence. However, they're denying knowledge of existence of biology, women, and homosexuality, all because your orgasm demanded. We don't owe you nothing. Rather, you owe women their opportunities and sex-based rights back. I mentioned, look at yourselves. Well, so here is someone who actually posted this. You might be able to get behind the waterfall.
I can't see anything to land on.
Looks like
I think that's more come at it from the other side at some point. You can see a bit of a platform over there.
I said, look at yourselves. GC gave support to conservatives and validation to bigots because who took the opportunity to screw you over, and they were given. While they were at it and tearing into trans. If you want payback for lost rights, you should be busy screaming at each other. Their response. It's called working across political divides. When Democrats and Republicans work together to pass a law, they're praised. However, when GCs work with conservatives who are vilified, supporting conservatives and disagreeing with them aren't mutually exclusive. And this is where I come in. So if you support trans people, they just exist. It's taking rights and you're furious. But if you support conservatives, they actively restrict rights. It's just disagreeing and it's not even relevant. Strange stance, but okay, I guess.
That is kind of a bad stance, especially during Pride Month.
Gender critical people do not have a sense of rank.
I thought you were about to say sense of brain.
I could sit, but I'm already being divisive.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say.
I don't think anyone minds since the server rule is in fact don't be an asshole, and being a bigot is kind of being an asshole.
This is fair enough. An accurate interpretation of the rules. Psst, wanna buy some items, pal?
We don't hurt anyone's right. Stop proving that.
Yamagawa MA, Proving
Yes, ma'am.
Meadows, and Trial Caves.
Do you have anything we can sell? We do have a lot of tonics.
Sell for 2 each.
Ah,
I mean, considering you can only buy them for 5 each, or you can buy them for only 5 each. Where's the heart?
I don't know.
We'll get more from hunts. You know, when you die, you drop a bit of money. I should know. But you know something? If you die to a boss, you won't actually drop any. The more you know.
No, you were just talking about that earlier.
You want to use my tent? No. Get out of here. Oh, rude.
These people are rather crass.
Hey, what's up? You're probably about set to enter the trial, huh? Hey, remember me? I'm Astley. You gonna enter the trial? Once I find another crystal. Apparently. Yeah, I'm gonna set this as the home point for more easily getting back.
We have to find a bone and... I wonder if they both will be the same general direction.
Oh, I didn't... I need to see if I can get across the river down this way. Yeah. Can I jump up? Oh. Okay. Not there. Not there. I don't think so. But let's go down the waterfall. Whee!
I don't think you're getting across that gap.
I don't think so. Alright, so let's climb back up the tree. Where else to go?
I've spoken once or twice before on stream. There was a monster sanctuary. Did I speak harder than I did when I would be able to remember?
I think you're speaking about the same as you did before.
It does feel the same to me as well. Oh, is it because of the harshness that I've been placed on? Like, it was a lot of times still. Yeah.
I am going to do this. Because most players may want to enable this option. Yes, it's... So I have played a bit of a randomizer on this.
It's a big world.
It's a big world, and having the options to jump back like that between home crystals is basically an anti-frustration feature. So, especially since we're streaming this. If it was just playing by ourselves, I probably wouldn't. But
There is some strange connection between inconvenience, and the brain for inconvenience, and difficulty. So I can understand the sense of accomplishment to deal with backtracking. Or just the fact that it prevents the temptation to avoid enjoying the scenery. Even if one enjoys it, they will at one point still go, if I could quick travel, I will.
yeah, even if it's nice scenery, at some point you're tired of it. Really
It's
tired.
not even about being tired of it. It's just because you're familiar, you skip over it, even though you're not necessarily tired. For example, hasn't this been a thing with anime intros and
True enough.
especially when hype is being built up for the next episode, but that... Well, actually, no, that is not its own thing. Because that's kind of the mental shortcut that helps provoke skipping over. Because you're excited for where you're going, or what you're accomplishing. Yeah.
I'm still very happy every time I end up dodging those. Wow, that's just a gray flame. That is probably nothing to us now. Need to get to that bridge.
I'm an anime episode, okay. I don't even know how to respond to that.
I mean, how do you feel about fire?
That's home.
Yes. This does nothing. Wait, I can't jump up there. Nope. We keep joking about fire with her because of Fire Force.
Especially since I'm in on it with Segleto. Do you want to explain or should I?
Latome is basically the effective equivalent of Amen. Amen. Omen. Human. Wyman.
Amen.
Fire's not a joke.
Fire isn't a joke, but an anime about fire is going to have comedic moments to relieve
Oh,
how intense. Oh, yeah, I missed that. Actually. This would be definitely a relevant place.
yeah?
Is that under level?
I don't.
Oh, that's.
I don't know
item
how
there.
accessible it is. Wait, what? Oh yeah.
Let's go send you this upper level first.
Yeah, before dropping down. Oh, it's the bridge.
First we saw earlier. Man, this is Xenoblade Chronicles feel over again.
What do you have to say? Hi there. Want me to head down this cliff so that you can hop on my head? Yes. Like my brother, I'll do it for free. To tell you the truth, I think rabbit's claws are kind of nasty. Oh yeah, because we have to collect rabbit's claws. But yes, we can just jump back up. You know what? I'm going over here and jumping down.
It's kind of
I really enjoy the combination of, yes, we're taking this world seriously, and also, hey, do you want to jump on my head so you can climb a ledge?
It's
Duck
been very
down.
lighthearted.
Wait, that flame ran away from us.
Yeah, because it's green.
No, but other green ones have actually chased us, though. That
It
one,
might be something about the.
huh? Chest. Storm Hood. Take less
Oh.
wind and thunder damage.
Nice.
Huh. How does it compare there? Less resistant. Oh. It lowers your mind and spirit and resistance pierce. I think resistance pierce goes down because of mind and spirit. But it does mean you take less wind and thunder damage. I don't want it. Do you want it? Because I'd rather keep mind on my own.
Is that all the light hat does? That's being worn?
Yes.
It's not problematic enough to put it on over. Does anyone else do light hat?
Me.
Just you?
Yes. I guess while we're here,
Not today.
you still don't want to learn anything with your 2 points. That's cleanse and that's damage. And that's stronger cure. You do eventually need to get the cleanse to get down to revive. So that's something
I'll
to keep
take
in
that
mind.
then.
0, 0, 1. Okay. I've been a cartographer for all my years, as long as I can remember. The trick to being a good cartographer is getting a bird's eye view of your surroundings.
And to be someone's footstool, apparently.
Yes! Flush. Can I make that? Yeah. Nope. Okay.
Thank you.
This was the entrance to that cave, wasn't it?
I think it is entrance to the cave. Let's go into
It
that.
was lit up on the map. Did we just... Oh, wow. Yeah, there's a bunch of them running away. An indecent dweller. That's new.
We can't just leave battles.
No.
Alright. She's going ahead with swordplay, hawk stance.
Okay.
And what are 2 options?
Poison or bleed.
Lead.
Oh, hey. It takes counter physical damage with heart. Take 50% less physical damage.
Okay.
Huh.
Attack.
Bonk. Oh no, it hardened again. I don't think it stacks.
Mixed magic. Please. Or, we can counter this. Has a lot of HP.
I mean, its health is red at this point. It might just burn and bleed to death. So I'm just gonna bonk. Oh, it did. Oh, yeah, hardened because... Yep, there you go. It got dotted to death. No. Oh, what do you want me to check down?
Well, is that just a lamp? One of the lamps?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure if that was a lamp or a chest from... Yeah, I see it. Get us
No.
across the bridge so that you can get that item.
Yep. Then climbing back up.
What's the item again?
Dog bone.
Oh, so it's for dog food.
Yep. Then coming back over this way. Because then we can jump back up over there. But I think we could just loop around this way for now. Yay, we're making progress. See, these green ones chase. Wait, where was... Is Dog Bone guy on this side?
It should be around here, yeah. There he is.
Oh, down there. Oh, I just had to come down here and go in there for... Okay.
Makes sense it would be nearby.
Yay! Want to return to 3 dog bones? No. Why would you want to keep those smelly things? Jeez. Lost dog bone times 3. Yes. Thanks, buddy. Quite a bone smasher. Aw. You guys sure look a lot happier now that we've got your bones. Bark, bark, bark. Bark, bark. Bark.
They must have been sat in waiting for the bones. Doesn't go to in this game world.
That's a staff.
So I could use it.
Who, you?
Yeah, I could use staffs.
Yeah, no.
What?
So,
I need to get a skill to get at, I guess?
So there are skills that can be used by multiple weapons, even if the original class that can learn it can't use that weapon.
Oh.
Easy example, monk, unarmed or staff. Fencer, this is...
Rapier sword.
Yeah, rapier or sword, even though they can only equip rapiers.
And this is why you have the equip X skill.
Yep.
Rather than just conserving across. Okay. Does anyone do staff, Lord Staff? Because I think there is one weapon that is skipped over.
I don't think there's a weapon that's skipped over.
Well, just attacks.
I mean, I could just burn.
Yeah.
Ah, the mage doing what he loves. So with that AoE attack, I regained 348 health. My max health is 328. Also, learn points. Revive, I take it? Raise?
Yeah.
can't actually learn anything. You have 2 points in Warlock, though.
Uh,
I mean, passively, you'd be
Yeah.
working towards one of these two.
might as well.
Which
Go for
one?
the MP.
The MP? Okay. And Wizard is Equip Wand or Initial Focus. So I don't know if you want to work towards that or not. Okay. And can't do that. Fencer! The other stance.
She's saving.
Okay. Warlock. Do you want to work towards either?
She's saying she should work towards Refresher.
Okay. I don't think anyone's currently a Warlock, so that's about as far as you're going to get for the time being. But Wizard, I'm assuming, don't care.
Don't care.
And Warrior's nothing. And then there's me. We've got plenty of burn as it is. We've got some poison, but not as much poison. Or I could get insta. You know what? I'm gonna go for Bio 2 because it also does days.
Days for days?
Days for days.
That's a popular thing to say in the system for Monster Hunter.
Is it really?
Haven't you noticed that every time Lapis gets done, she says days for days and days?
No. Oh, right, because first time I went around the top side to explore. Okay. Aha, progress.
Progress.
Crossing the bridge. When we get to it. There's the girl that lets us jump back up.
There might be a crystal here.
Yeah. I would assume this seems like one of the last places we can really get to. Oh, that leads back to the intro area.
Huh.
Huh. Oh. Raid the basement for some treasure. Grand. Oh,
Let's talk to the person first.
new slot.
Oh, you can actually control it specifically, which is useful. Makes sense.
Hey, look, you can see old Nan's watering hole down there.
It's kind of funny that the logical conclusion of having a revived space, the pit Nans are effectively immortal. Are they all empty?
The music's fading. Ah. This is fine. This is fine. Nope, it's not fine. Hi, Gran.
Grant?
Gran.
Oh.
Attack. Devour, which instantly kills. And regenerate. It's a good thing we have that revive spell.
Good thing we have a revive spell. Huh.
Huh.
Attack.
That was nice. That's a low hit chance. I think we're not going to stand a chance.
We have to fight anyways. Blaze.
And what's it doing? It's doing a physical attack. Or no, it's doing devour. What?
It may have a low hit chance.
Huh. I guess I'll go ahead and poison it. Since with its current attack, neither of these would do much. Yum.
That's 800. Beat down.
Plus or minus 51.
Scan.
Oh. Now we know. Now we know.
Bookmark this one.
Wait, there was a person over there, right?
There was.
So, okay.
That was a rogue class person.
Wait, who wrote this sign again? Raid the basement for some treasure. Gran. Huh. Oh, hey, it's Yamagawa MA.
We're thinking Grants like the ones in the valley.
No, those are Nan.
Those are Nans.
Yes.
Oh.
Dig the music. Oh,
Where are we
that
going
falls
to go?
further. We can teleport back up to that other crystal.
Yeah.
I wanted to see what's down the waterfall. Oh, it's right here.
Familiarity and comfort.
Oh, okay. So when you warp... Cabin on the cliff. Yeah, that really is such a huge convenience factor. Alright, let's go up. Yeah. 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 Haha. Yeah. 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 I'm not gonna keep running away from everything. Ooh. I mean, it's such an obvious reference. The red eyes, the name Itachi. They're part of the Uchiha clan.
Check to remember.
Naruto, however you
I
want
wouldn't
to.
have known.
Do you know the name Sasuke?
Yeah.
Itachi is his brother.
Oh.
So what are we doing here?
Hawk stands. Poison tip.
Poison tip.
Or here.
Barrier. Oh, that reduces both.
Since they have
So-
protections, we'll be doing scan.
This one?
Yeah. I'm in phase. I'll go and attack it.
Oh, it's starting to change.
And with scan magic.
Which one?
Either one works.
Scan the healthy one. See what the max is. 490.
Well, oh yeah, it's not going to actually do both automatically.
I mean,
Yeah, not bad idea.
as long as I don't die first. And that damage it up me? I mean, I have spell lifesteal.
Attack.
Nice.
Attack.
That is honestly popping up a lot. I am gonna stop saying it every time.
Yeah.
It's happening a lot more than I was expecting it to.
You would think such a specific action. Well,
A specific number wouldn't come up that much.
yeah.
Broadsword, which nobody can use. Nin. Aww. Back down we go. Oh, I see it. I see it. And it's a shield. Itachi Tori. Hawk Stance Poison.
Yep.
Or do you want Hawk Stance Bleed?
Bleed them.
Ooh, nice crit.
Attack.
I don't know why I keep checking Marshall as if you'll magically have enough AP turn 1 this time.
Burn.
Burn! Burn the burb! You're fine with burning the burb, right?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna smack it. Build up a little MP.
Yeah, I've been burning through a lot of MP already.
That
It's
hit.
easy when you cost 22 MP just to do.
Yeah. Oh, wait. I can't get anything from there. Okay.
Go around here.
This is really nice, honestly. It's a really good mix so far.
Was that the last?
That was the same one as before. Oh. Eh. Ooh, left or right?
Left first.
Okay.
If it goes too far, then we go right.
I think it goes too far. So I'm gonna fight them. Kamaitachi.
Okay, lead them.
Hawk?
Hawk lead.
What is that one doing? MP Sickle. Damage 17 MP. You bitch. How dare you attack our MP? Yeah? Or the other one.
Yeah.
Not even.
It is the one on the right that's doing the MP stealing, right?
The one with the orb, yes. The bleeding one.
He's saying Blaze.
These actually change color? Okay. Okay, good. Yeah?
Poison tip.
Get poison! Oh, nice.
I've yet to get to use my skill. Either we kill them way too fast, or we get wiped out. Thank you.
Close enough. Nah, I don't need it.
Let's keep going.
Keep going this way?
Yeah, it looks like it's a bonus chest when it's this way.
Fell even further. Oh. You see what I see, right?
Chest on the right. Yeah, chest drop down. That's a tonic pouch. Alright, and go get that one.
Another tonic to put into the tonic pouch. Fine. Oh hey, we can see their health. 490 apiece.
Leading the one with the pace.
I just like the way you put that. I know what you mean. I just really like the way you put that. I'm gonna bleed the one with the face.
Well, one's part of a face. I'll take the eye.
I think the eye's gonna use MP Sickle.
Goddess will attack her since peacefulness.
Oh, no, Sunbath. Multi-target magic. Recovery. Huh.
Just placing the healthy one.
The healthy one?
Yeah. She's saying she's attacking a lot more than she anticipated this stream. She wants to not attack, but she doesn't have any support action she could do.
Well, I mean, you don't need the curing at this point, basically. Let's see. Cleric is at 1. To get to this one, which is just a stronger revive, you will need Curin.
She wants to do Kieran anyways.
So, oh yeah, equip staff. Right there.
Oh yeah, so I'll be able to get access to staffs at some point. Where am I?
So,
That's going to be a while. It's not going to be before the end of the stream.
I mean, you could just both be cleric.
I considered, but I will go the way of the monk.
Okay. Alright, you have two. What do you want? Either ignores defense, part of the defense,
First hit.
or multi-target. Oh, right. First hit. It's your first passive. Poor Professor Dr. Hodis.
I know, right?
And I have nothing. Okay.
Speaking of,
Yes?
it is time for me to be leading this stream. We're at the halfway point.
Are we already? Oh, wow. Like,
Stay calm and carry on.
yeah, there it goes. Eh.
So you will have a composition of the hand and eye
Alright.
with we're co-fronting, so not really switching, just changing who's talking for the party.
Ooh.
So here's how streams will. Yes,
Oh no, not overwrite. Might as well just add.
streams will end up going this way. The primary fronter of the given week will have half the time on the first stream. The alter who has the Friday will have the other half of the stream. Then on the midnight stream, we will have two secondary altars, and they will be altars that are aligned on the altar order notes. So every seventh altar of the given species,
No.
if there's a missing number and it's from a merge, if you drop down, you could get.
I
that
know,
credit.
I missed.
How unfortunate. If there's a missing altar and it's from a merge, the altar that merged from the altar will be respected. If it's an altar that's just inactive, then we'll have to.
Then we won't respect them. We'll talk so much shit. Wait, that's not what you meant by
We will scold
respected.
them so hard for being dead.
That's not what you meant by respected, is it?
No, it is
No.
not. But looks like you could do this area right here.
Yeah, I fall off on...
Left.
I know, I was trying to make sure I didn't fall too far. Torpid Cuffs. Attack plus 80. Attack minus 3 per level.
It's a low level item.
Interesting. So, what do you... Replace the Looter's Ring?
That should be good.
Or do you want to replace the Strength plus 8?
We're replacing strength, but let's say
Oh, but this is purely attack. And it's at minus 45 right now, so it's only plus 35 attack. Huh. Still good with it?
yes.
Okay.
I think we are I think Silgira is a dexterity class.
Well, it was saying attack, not strength. So.
Yeah. So strength does not do as much for her.
Oh, you're saying the fencer. Yeah, agility. Okay, what's on this side? Yeah. I mean, you have to explore everything before you go into a dungeon, right?
Of course. Daisy.
Daisy.
Everything sounds fine with my voice.
You still sound slightly German.
I think that's it's just going to be a feature going forward.
Okay, fine. Fine. We'll look around in this bit first.
Right. And to be honest, I just talk how I talk. If it comes off as German to you, it comes off as German.
Yeah, I'm just giving you a hard time about it.
Just as you do with campus.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think this is all area we've explored before. Let's go back up here and see what you have to say, since we've jumped on your head. You made it up here, huh? Not like anybody couldn't.
It does seem a bit of a rude thing to say.
We...
It's interesting that
Oh.
we
Spoder!
can fight this. It's within our difficulty level. Okay, Hawk Stance and Bleed.
Got it. We are coming across a lot of spiders today, aren't we?
I apologize for you, Lion. Are you handling things well?
Also, might be a slight echo.
I guess my voice is more pronounced.
Yeah.
Attack.
Copy. Baron, I take
Let's
it?
go ahead, blaze it. I believe I might have seen Weak to Fire.
More fire damage, less thunder damage, immune to insta kill, but it's a boss, so I expect that. It is... Oh, it is a mix.
What is reverse parallelity?
So if you would be healed, you take damage instead. If you would take damage, you'd be healed instead.
That's good. Can you heal all enemies?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh. Okay. This sounds like a great time for a bit of an anecdote from messing with a randomizer.
Go ahead.
I had a skill that does lifesteal. I think it might have actually been the fencer skill.
Just
There was also an enemy that, yeah, it had to have been the fencer skill. Because there's an enemy that healed off of ice damage. And the fencer healing one, fencer lifesteal does ice.
oh,
So
I see where this is going.
I hit the enemy with ice, and it healed them instead of dealing damage. And since I had lifesteal, I healed for negative health. I ended up dying because my lifesteal drained my health.
No.
Yeah. Hey, Drake. Gives an angelic or unworldly feel to Sib's voice. That is cool.
It does seem to be thematically appropriate somehow. Not because we have two of the more recovery-oriented authors.
It's going to go magic. So, magic down.
The lighter bio for the brevity, correct?
No, the other one doesn't do magic down.
Oh,
Acid and Bio are physical and magic down. Acid 2 and Bio 2 have a DOT and a different effect. You don't have the AP.
attacking.
Missing. You do have first aid. If you don't mind the suggestions.
We actually are thinking of something. Leon was going to use healing on Nicaeus, and that would get the scan out.
Oh, okay. That works too.
What are you thinking?
I was thinking first aid to get rid of the debuff because yeah. Can I not? There it goes. Fatigue. Accumulate less HP. Accumulate less AP. It's,
That would be bad, but it does not seem as pressing.
well, considering all of your skills are AP based.
Actually, I can go ahead. Yeah, first aid with yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I was thinking
That's
that and then follow up with a cure or a heal.
Yes.
Yeah.
We definitely would like to heal her.
Because I don't think scan is... Oh, jeez. That was a physical attack. Yeah. So yeah, poison daze. It's going for magic next. Alright. Magic down again. Right, what was I saying? Scan doesn't seem vital. It seems like a nice extra thing if you don't have other options. Defender, potentially.
Defender and Power Break.
And what?
Battle Crush.
You wouldn't be able to. Oh, wait, no, you have... Right, because that was cleansed. And you took a lot of damage. Battle Crush? That self-inflicts armor down.
Oh.
Armor Break would just inflict armor down directly.
Armor Break.
Okay.
Curing.
Seems like it'd be a good idea to double cure.
Then I will...
How much does that do, actually? 149... 167.
So this would be more pertinent to the cure.
Yep. Go for it.
Yes.
Oh. Good thing you have MP for raise.
This is true.
I should acid now because it's going for physical.
Beat down.
Ow. Ow. Raise.
Do a race, yes.
I mean, Nick's House is a doctor, not a fighter. It's going
Damn
for...
it, Jim. I'm a doctor.
It's going for
Not
magic.
Not a warrior. Martial art beat down.
Okay. Not a cure. Fair enough.
It won't come out.
I'm alive.
He will do Defender and Taunt.
Come on. No, you won't.
He will attack. I don't have the AoE heal.
Nope. You don't get that until the 5 cost.
I will cure you. I might be able to save you.
Oh, it's still attack. Oh, right, because you didn't taunt. Might I suggest going for curing Achaeus instead?
That's true.
It,
I apologize.
so it's going to queue up an action you see down at the bottom,
Yeah.
and Achaeus will get to go. I should be able to get an attack off, and I have spell life steal.
Oh, wait.
What?
So, it's going for preparing spell, correct?
Yes.
And it will... Okay, so what'll happen is that I can heal Chaos. The Chaos can go for taunts when it's her turn.
Yeah. So, heal Achaeus.
Yeah. So Gary, go use a plan.
Because I can just go for, bolt. That only heals... Oh, right. Minus electric. That still only heals 45. Ugh. 65. But, hey, it's some sustain.
Starting to get a little...
It's going for reverse polarity, right? Yes. So once we have that set up, we'll want to throw a cure at it.
Yes.
What is your plan?
Pihan will be doing beatdown. Well, it hasn't done polarity yet.
Okay. Taunt.
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 And then I will go ahead and heal you since the polarity has not occurred.
Okay, what do you have under this? It might be worth... Well, I was gonna say it might be worthwhile to refresh on yourself, but...
I would like to heal you first.
Sounds good. Reverse polarity.
Fortunately, we have 2 healers.
All of these deal damage, so I'm just gonna skip turn.
White magic. Here.
Ha.
Then taunt again.
I mean, you still maxed the red.
Did you make your... I would imagine the threat bars are relative.
Well, you're... I don't know.
We could experiment. Do taunt and see what happens.
Fair enough. Okay, yeah, looks like it. That's even more threat. Alright, what are you doing?
It does not have polarity anymore.
No.
Alright. I will heal you.
Kill me? Okay. Making sure. Got that Hydrake, yes. What's it going for next? It's going for magic. Beat down.
Beat them.
Beat down. Because, like, oh no, I'm generating less AP when I'm already maxed out and don't use it anyways. Ah.
Swordplay. Bleed it.
Believe it. It's starting to get red.
That is more distinctly red.
Very much so.
Alright, let's go ahead and heal our tank.
I'm the tank, right?
You base tank more than you would like.
That is way too accurate. It's a good thing we healed the tank.
Of course. She's not doing beat down. The best healing is enemy being unable to attack.
Yeah, that's the Mr. Mime strategy in Pokemon Unite.
We're disgusting. She's going to defend her.
It's already Defender.
She says, oh, Jackie.
Well,
Armor break.
remember, that's only less physical damage. So,
Armor break.
armor break. Yeah. It's going physical. I'll do this then.
Wait, what's the...
What's up?
I will... Yeah, I see the mixed magic. Yeah, I will use heal on Achaeus. Here. There's no delay.
Oh. Okay, yeah, that's a fair trade-off for slightly less.
That was very vital. Beat down.
Hey, nice job.
Good eats, Dana.
Woo! Hey, Dana. Glad you could make it. You just caught the end of us killing a giant spider. So learn, let's see, 2 points. Holding off, I take it?
Yes.
Uh,
Coincidence. It says nearly 90 minutes that we... Oh,
this is Crystal Project. Yep. What do you want? Could get Earth. Could get the self-heal. Or you could increase your attack even... Oh, actually, I don't know if that would stack. So Crystal Project is basically a platformer JRPG. Fair amount of classes. Part of the plotline is go around, find crystals to get more, which I think we're about to come up to one. It goes on about not being able to have any missables, which is pretty nice. I don't know if you actually caught the end of that combat, so you can kind of see the JRPG aspect. Did you want to get anything on Monk?
we're checking something.
Oh, while you're checking that, where's mine? There's mine. I'll get Acid 2. Okay, so yeah, you can see JRPG aspect. This game doesn't want to hide much info from you. So you can see these skills. It'll show you the damage, or you can have it show the actual formula for the damage. It's very willing to give out a lot of information so you can be well informed. And that's pretty cool.
I can't seem to get focused results.
What are you looking for?
Does Roller Stack Monk Crystal Project?
Oh. I mean, there's a simple way to solve this. Don't get it yet once we come to a crystal. We save, try it.
And we get a random encounter.
We're just working together. It's single player, but I'm controlling one of them, and then there's 3 alters controlling the other 3.
Yes. Behan, me, Hades. Oh, that's our last crystal.
I'm the Master Scholar. Return to me once you have proven your worth by mastering the Scholar class. Scholar class uses monster magic. The way a Scholar learns monster magic is different from how other classes learn abilities.
It is Blue Mage.
A monster magic spell is learned when you see an enemy use it, but only while you're a Scholar. Try learning some monster magic from the enemies on this mountain. They've got some pretty handy spells for you to start with.
Or we can go the way of the Mario Party effect.
It's pretty fun.
As it stands, when it comes to altars, this is the perfect opportunity that someone will be joking out to another one in the Mindscape. Unfortunately, I am around these days.
So let's see, just to go over real quick, I'll pick myself. As you can see, a lot of these just don't have costs. You, like it said, you actually learn these by seeing an enemy use that spell. So like Reverse Polarity, you notice it had this specific icon. You know that's a monster magic spell that Scholar can learn.
What's the 3?
The 3 is being able to equip a book.
Yeah, Blue Magic.
Not intentional, but it does sound cool, so.
We are taking advantage of it.
And then the other thing it has, for 25 learning, so you can just not be a Scholar and still be a Scholar. And it costs 0.
The ultimate Scholar skill is to not be a Scholar.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like playing Zelda and Smash Melee.
It costs no passive points either.
Correct. So you can just always have it equipped.
We certainly believed you.
Yeah.
I think individually inducing the echo would be quite hard.
So save.
So wait, was the duck a Scholar too?
Oh, they was just talking about how you learn it.
Its name is literally Pupil. The duck is a Scholar too.
Not a Scholar yet. Merely a pupil. Where was it? Learn. So do you want to see if it stacks?
Yes.
Does not.
It will be useful, in theory.
Do you want to reload and get the points back? Or just...
Yes, it will be low priority.
Okay, so exit the title. We last saved 13 seconds ago.
That's good
Oh.
information.
Thanks for the follow.
Thank you.
Very noticeable.
Yes, it's the General Saipte one.
Oh wait, was that after learning? Yes. Shh. So the manual save. Yeah, you have your points back.
Alright.
So either self-healing.
Chakra.
You want the self-healing? Okay. And so, since we do have the 3 warp crystals on, it'll always take you to the top one. So if you want to reconfigure whatever to make your home point the top one, it's basically what you have to do. Haven't been able to catch a stream yet, and I had Twitch installed for my phone. Yeesh. Side note, have you ever heard of the game Tangled? I have not.
Oh, do you see Wait, are there icons for Twitch?
Twitch has profile pics, yeah. Oh wait, you're...
Do we not get access to them?
Not really. You don't see them in chat. It's just if you go to the page, usually. Or click on their name. Like, bam.
That does look familiar. I don't know.
Anyways, back over to here. How did you forget me already, Talon? You must discover at least 3 crystals to prove yourself worthy of adventuring beyond this point. Ah, I see that you have already found at least 3 crystals. Now, you must prove that you are worthy. On guard. Oh, that did almost nothing. On guard.
I do not believe that, or
On guard.
intimidated.
On guard? On guard. Most of these have been missing. That's... Huh. Alright,
Alright,
what's the plan?
engaging on battle skill. Defender and taunt.
You... Oh yeah, you did get attacked. I guess you do get both.
Yeah, so Gira was looking at what her AP was when she said that. Alright, let's do a scan.
Scan? Madness. Had a bit of a rough time so late. He only has
Speed
100
up.
health? You can't... Oh yeah, I guess you can. I keep forgetting you've already been attacked. I'm not used to going second. Are we worthy? Hope it improves soon.
Worthiness is equal to Rabella's disappointment in Lapacita.
Hope it improves soon, though, Dana. Oof. Ouch.
Yes.
My back. I think there's a chest over there. Must this... You have Huh. 38 money. Oh, right. Wasn't there armor we were looking at? Not you.
Cyberthus has taken a stance of what will be, will be.
And can't quite afford leather mail. That's all.
There's a bit of an unspoken rule that we try not to put cross-server drama, well, where it seems appropriate. So, about anyone?
I'm gonna sell one of those 30 helms.
Yes.
Okay? Is that fine?
Yes.
Okay. Leather mail. Well, I hope you enjoy it while you're here, Dana. Was it this one? No, it was you. Alright, let's progress upward.
I will say that we evaluated what we understand, and
I can jump
that's
on
all
these.
we have to say.
There's another crystal already? I couldn't tell if that was a ledge or a pit. Okay. Stalwart shield. Oh. And what do we get this time? I guess I should have asked if anyone wanted to become a scholar.
No, none of us were interested in Scholar.
Fair enough. Unlocked Aegis.
Aegis. That'll be wonderful for you, or Keyleth.
The Keyleth's not here right now. Please leave a message after the beep. Unless you want to... Does anyone want to become Aegis? I guess to give a quick look over. So we already looked at Scholar. Aegis. Cover. Basically, you jump in the way of single target attacks. It's one of the tank classes, yeah. There's like 2 or 3 different ones. Each current status has its tick count increased, so, buffs such as armor boost or resist boost. Lets you equip a shield, lets you start with threat.
You can use several of the classes here as allegories for Final Fantasy classes, and this would be the Paladin class, yes.
Close enough, yeah.
Or the Ragnarok Crusader, I believe.
Stance tank. Recover 20% HP on stance change.
Huh.
My question is
Neat.
why? Why does Aegis have stance tank?
Because I think they looked at the fact that it's a recovery, and that would be appropriate for Aegis to support a recovery for one of the other classes.
Yeah, it's just you would think it would have at least one stance in that case. I very much agree with that, Jules.
That's what Sugira wants to do.
I'm so bad about staying active in every Discord. But yeah, just various tank stuff. Ways to actually reduce the damage dealt by targets as well, which helps with tanking.
Aegis is all about things don't hurt you.
It also has crystal form at the end. Apply buff for 2 turns. Defense and resistance become 9,999. And your turn is skipped. Well, that's one way to become a wall. Does anyone want to be the Aegis? Before I continue on.
Sugira will showcase the Aegis.
Sounds good. Can't wait till we can change names.
Chaos.
Swap off Fencer.
Yes.
Aegis. So, innate passive. Automatically cover allies when they're at critical HP. I guess the question is, do you want a 2-handed sword or do you want a shield?
She will do 2-handed sword.
Okay. Wait, is that just better? Yeah, it's just all around better. Okay. Do you still want the torpid cuffs?
Yes.
Okay.
It will have limited usefulness.
And I'm assuming you want to keep battle skill.
She was thinking of. She's reconsidering. She will go with swordplay.
Alright.
Yeah, provoke is not particularly necessary when you will be something. Oh, aren't you going to
What's up?
try to get the other chest?
I can, it just doesn't look reachable.
Looks like you can barely make the jump if you do well.
I don't think you can make the jump up there, and there's... like, getting up to here? Whoop.
I see. Okay.
Sure, but... oh, maybe you can. Go away, mushrooms. Okay, you can reach that. It looked out of reach. Help the prince! Is that actually stronger attack? Oh. No.
You will not help the prince.
No helping of princes. Okay.
Or no prince zone. Have you tried talking to the mushrooms?
I have not. You can't.
They're just blockades.
Not going that way.
The fungal train.
Scum Paradise. Huh. We don't need Cabin on the Cliff anymore. They followed. They have a set path, it seems like. Mushrooms follow you everywhere.
The mushrooms, they wish to be our friend.
Oh.
We are not sure this is a good thing for us.
Yay! Friendly mushroom. Awake ring. Immune to sleep.
They give us the opportunity to call it the coffee ring. Coffee is the one or eating habit that I will condone.
I guess we should see what these enemies are.
Yes.
Might as well. Shrooms. Why would I expect anything else?
That looks like a shroom. A shroom.
On shrooms.
A shroom infested with leeches.
They only have attack and shroomy gaze. Oh, free action. That's terrifying, actually.
It has a cooldown of 2. This is the first cooldown we have seen, isn't it?
I think so. Fire damage?
Burn everything. Burn it all.
Oh, kill it with fire. I can kill it with fire.
Well, this is my choices.
It is. I was just seeing what it would do.
Kill it with fire.
Okay.
The next one I will attack with water. Just attack.
Same
no
one?
options.
Same one?
Yes.
Okay. Chivalry!
Cover.
Oh, no, see, first cooldown.
First cooldown.
Who do you want to cover? I mean, they're plants? They are, but they're not weak to fire.
They are
Fun guys.
fun guys.
Boo! Boo!
We will currently protect Etherhead because you will not be able to attack before they attack.
So anyways, when it comes to kill them all with fire,
That is a strategy. I should have asked what your options were.
yay, thanks for automatic cover when I'm on critical.
Oh, is it triggered on critical?
Yeah, so the Aegis' passive automatically covers an ally when they're on critical. So, beat down.
Beat them. That one will be fine.
Got it. Mushrooms haven't been plants for decades, silly folks.
I will go ahead and heal you.
Yay, I get to live. Oh, that cooldown.
Alright. Swordplay. She will bleed him.
Bleed.
Oxygen.
Oh.
We should have said first.
I'm glad you got the heal off before the bleed.
That is a surprisingly common sentiment. What next?
It sounds exceptional. It's really not. It's very much not. Huh. I guess mushrooms can't jump. They only have 490 health. Huh.
They're rather rooted in place. Alright. Let's go ahead and blaze. Wait. No. We'll get to a second turn. Yeah, Owl does.
Why are you watering the plants? Don't water the plants.
Actually, I don't believe they're technically plants.
Anymore. Yeah, Drake just said that.
Yeah,
Boop the same one?
group the same one. I forget the technical term for decomposers. Swordplay, box dance, and
Bleed the same one?
barb tips the back row.
This one. Yeah.
Actually, front row.
It might die. 15%? No, I think it'll barely live. But, oh, I won't. Do I guarantee the kill? Or risk it living. YOLO. Yeah.
This is bad.
That's fine. We're fine. Heal, I'm assuming.
Coordinating. Alright. She will heal. She will heal you.
Me?
Or the case. And then I will heal.
Probably a chaos.
Yes, regular heal. She shall bleed the other one.
Okay. And that should be a death with me burning. And that'll be some healing on myself. Oh. Yay, I was protected. I get to live this time. I told you it's not uncommon.
We would request that you do not heal yourself.
Why?
Because if you stay critical, then she can continue to cover you for free. Actually, your life steal is keeping you from staying in critical. We will heal to you this time.
Kieran?
Yes. Kieran is very necessary after that one fight.
Monk, no. Aegis, still none. Shaman, still none. Okay. Instead of using spells to cure, tonics, because we get 1 million of them anyways. Items. We don't have that many tinctures. I don't think we need to use them yet. I missed.
Let's see where this goes. Did they not say anything even on this?
Nope.
Okay. Shouldn't we keep our experience up?
The thing is, I don't know how long these trials are. Does this mean it's or Shao? I don't know who you're referencing.
Genshin Impact.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I don't know how long these trials are, so I don't know if battling everything
Is viable.
Yeah. Hey, tincture pouch.
Ah.
Ah.
I don't think we've actually used either character. So, with the lack of luck, I would say Zhao.
Nope. Well, I guess we're fighting this one. Deal more damage. Oh, okay. If we spread damage out, I will just throw a burn all.
Alright. I'll go ahead and ablaze that one.
Spread it out.
Yeah.
Okay. And bleed or poison?
Poison.
On you. That won't quite kill. 2 of them should die, but the 3rd I don't think will. Yeah, that one. See, it's fine. Everything's fine.
Exactly. Your health is in a place for everyone. Actually, is the pink still critical?
I think so. This game looks super good. It really is. There's so much to it. Okay.
Oh, you need to put that one down. Oh no! I did not mean to go that way. That is quite unfortunate.
I don't think I can make it to that one. I might have to go further back. Because I definitely want to see if I can get to those chests. Well, that chest.
feel like that game will come back to haunt us. Yeah, you go on the lamps over there. Jump, jump.
Yes.
Ah, you will see.
Can you use the lantern sword? Yeah, it's just a matter of being able to jump up to them. Another awake ring. Since, you know, limited jump height. Like, I can't jump up there directly.
That should be sufficient.
Okay. Oh. Ow. I thought I was going to have to jump onto that. And... Yay!
Basically penalized if you do not.
Okay. I can get behind this. Well, on top of this. Yeah, I should have seen that coming.
Alright.
Just like they
Please.
tried to trick us with that third mushroom that was moving down and off a ledge. Blaze?
Yes.
Okay.
That mushroom had Destiny Bond.
Do you mind throwing a cure at me?
Actually, yes, I do have it in mind.
Well, consider. You cure me, Achaeus poisons the other one. I burn all. And the damage over time will kill both of them.
That sounds good. Then we will cure you.
Yay! Maybe I get to live.
It is quite interesting how our priorities have shifted once Silgira has been able to shield you. Unintuitive doctoring.
Plus the spell steal. Yes! I'm
Yeah.
back to full!
That's true. What if you did not get your spell?
Oh yeah, so I don't know if you noticed that blue flame that's wiggling back and forth
Yeah,
was,
it was
flashing. Right after a battle. Oh, I guess it would just keep looping around right here. I could just jump over. I'm silly. Right after a battle, if any other enemies are close enough, they actually get stunned.
That way you don't get chained into battles before you recover.
Pretty much. There
This
you
game
go.
is very kind.
Oh no.
It's going to go up. Then
Got it caught on the ledge.
looks like there might be something behind that wall.
Oh. Ooh.
Go ahead and scan it.
Scan?
We should know what we're dealing with.
Only a little bit more health.
Attack.
Okay. Hawk stance, I'm assuming.
Fox stance said.
And what?
Poison.
Poison.
It was safely, but then she was thinking.
What is it about to do? It is... Fine, I'll go... get the turn order. Spore. That's a multi-turn, or multi-target sleep. I don't like the sound of that. 218... 209... Nah. That won't be enough to kill... Oh...
Do as much damage as you can. Or you could just not cast any spells. Let your MP heal.
Oh. Well, when its next turn comes around... Oh, it missed.
Then that will be a beat 'em.
Flying somewhere that...
Oh wait.
Oh, when you said beat him, I thought you just meant
No, beat 'em.
finish. Then flying back in the same day, and it feels unreal because I've never done it before. Like, I don't need to pack.
Hope you have a safe flight.
That is nice, Jules. Yay, more tinctures.
The monster may be necessary.
You want to go ahead and have it?
Yes, please.
Here, drink your unhealthy caffeine.
It is unfortunate, but I do what I must because I can. For all the
Oh.
people.
Is it going to keep going back and
Except
forth
for
like
those
that?
who are dead.
Yeah, I made it. What are you...
Actually, they're not actually hurt by the lava. But that's good to know.
Ooh. I guess this is just to go back on a different cycle. Okay.
That is what I was seeing. Ads!
Oh. What? Why?
It's possible there's a subtle path that...
Can I lure that other one off?
Yes, you would be.
Oh. If I can get the jump timing right. There's not much, if any, coyote time. Okay, well.
What does it supposed to have to do with this?
There we go. Yeah. I'm honestly surprised they didn't trick you with some of those. Nope.
So you take the bottom one.
Can I make that?
There you go.
Okay.
I do get the impression that there's something back there. Maybe that one on the right.
I don't think I can reach it.
Not quite. Rather peculiar.
5 ads in a
don't you?
row for this change. Rather full ads, not gonna lie. Did it give 5 ads in a row?
I believe that you always get an ad when you join. And then
No.
Dana was also...
Okay, stop being... Sure, I'll take
Nice.
it. I'll take it.
Yeah, so there was probably the hour interval, or the interval ad, and then the upon entry ad. So Dana just got ad flooded.
Wait. What am I doing? I could just do this. That looks deeper, doesn't it?
Yes, that's ad.
Totally made it. I can hear again finally. Oh god. I wasn't expecting you to get 5 ads in a row. Not gonna lie.
But
Mana ring, max MP plus 16. So what you're saying is, instead of plus 16 off of wearing 2, you can get plus 16 off of wearing 1.
and then with the other,
And then
that's
just
20.
have plus 4. So, yeah, I think our healer gets more mana.
It is a more appropriate way to handle things.
Yeah, Twitch has been trying to push ads a bit more. I didn't think they were going to get that bad.
Right. See you around, Drake.
See you, Drake. Max HP sounds like you. Oh. Alright. And here. Phoenix juice.
How mysterious.
Oh. Looks like
Let's
they
continue
lead to
this
the
side
same
path.
place. I don't think it's a side path. Oh. I'm going to save real quick. We don't need to summit. But you wouldn't be a critical as much if you had more HP, right? Exactly! Passage back to Proving Meadows. Go down this hole if you give up. I give up. Oh.
Alright, let's go ahead.
Depths. It's a really...
If you think this is the way to continue, then how about we go path and we check along the right?
We did check the right, didn't we? Because that's where I had to jump through to...
Go continue going back.
That's where I had to jump through to get to one of the chests that I got the MP ring.
I want to make sure. Looks like along this path, I don't believe we've completely...
Oh, all the way...
Yes.
Oh, you know what? You're right. Good catch, good catch. Sharp sword.
Looks like it's finally better than her current sword.
It's a one-handed. It might be, but
It's more damage.
more.
It doesn't have a pierce, but it does have the increase of accuracy, and the shield would be valuable for her.
So go with sharp sword,
She agrees.
and then you get a shield. Never evade physical attacks.
Yes.
Okay.
If you cover and evade, do you end up letting the attack hit the other again?
I don't know. Oh wait, I can just do this. Haha.
That would be a very bad disadvantage.
That would be hilarious, though.
You would be the one who would get hit that way.
Oh, I know, but that would be hilarious.
I'm glad you.
Trial
Oh.
caves, huh?
I'm glad you understand your role within the comedy.
Can I didn't mean to actually land on there. Well,
I shall name this parasite Eve. Alright, start with a scan.
scan.
Also, that's another hint that that one boss was way too high for us.
It was red.
We're getting our first turn.
Well, that too, but this boss flame was blue.
That's also true. We've had an orange boss flame that we've handled well.
Well, I don't know about handled well, but we handled it.
I think we did quite well.
Attack, I guess. Not
Yes.
like you can do much else.
But I was waiting for it as well. Sword play. Actually, the cover.
Really?
She will be covering.
Do you want a hawk stance first, either way?
Yes.
Covering me.
We're deciding. She will be covering Kill
Okay.
because you will be on casting delay.
I don't know about that much delay. I mean, I could cast Bowl.
But it's fire week.
Yeah,
That's good
definitely
music.
boss music. So, oh.
Those minions look dangerous. She's using beat up on the top one.
What beat up?
Beat down.
On that one?
Yes.
So the boss flames have a bit of a different look to them. They still are color-coded, it looks like.
Yes. Alright. I will go ahead and blaze on the top one. It's probably quite dangerous.
Oh, it's actually close to dead. Huh.
She will, what's the skill that it's preparing?
Which one? Parasite or the Funk?
Funk.
Shroomy Gaze. Oh, the free actions. Atmosphere. Oh, Confusion. Fun.
She will cover.
No, you won't.
Oh, yes. Hold on. Barbed cap.
Top one.
Top one.
Yay. Less yay.
That is whole party.
What could go wrong?
Go for it.
What could go wrong? Oh, good. A lot could go wrong, honestly.
She will beat down on herself.
Sorry?
She imagines the confusion will chance her to attack the enemy.
I don't think that's how it would work.
Then she'll beat down on the other stream.
I think it's only a chance of choosing randomly.
Alright. Let's go ahead and do Blaze.
Do you not want to heal a Chaos?
There is healing a chaos. Heal a chaos.
Okay, that does actually
Yeah,
heal it.
there's no need for Kira.
Oh no, that acts afterward. Oop. I was looking at that wrong.
She's not in targeting.
Oh, you're right, I am. Fun.
She's in. She would like the barbecue. Oh, it doesn't have any status. Barbecue.
I don't think it matters which one initially. Shroomy gaze. Ow.
See, you are
I'm what? I'm what?
fine to an extent.
To an extent, yes.
Keyleth would like to
Wait,
martial arts, first aid. Enter in, yes.
More HP. Well, somebody has to stay the pure mage around here. I was trying to be a fencer, but then they're like, nah, I want to be fencer.
Well, he could be a fencer now. Barb cap. I will raise you and
Yay! I get to die again. Oh.
this is
Oh.
very bad.
Haha.
Martial arts. Nothing to be done. So attack.
Okay.
I will go ahead and revive. Yes.
Suggestion because of where we're at right now. Refresh on yourself?
Refresh. Yes. Good idea.
Like, it's unfortunate that Chaos is down for a bit. I'll only get one more spell in without a refresh on me as well. What's it gonna do? Is it... That's magic. That's magic. I think both of these are physical. So either one. I can't cast it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Ow. Ow.
I appreciate your sacrifice.
Where's that's next to your pick supposed to mean?
Oh,
Oh, on the
it's just
string?
decorative.
It's flavor, basically. We're just amused at the RPG aspect.
We're contemplating our behavior and our mistakes in life. Mostly the mistakes in life. Beat down.
This is fine. We've got it. It's fine.
I don't believe I can. Oh, I can barely afford it. Okay, so we need to come up first.
Yeah.
Tearing on self.
That wouldn't trigger until next round anyways. Okay. Yourself?
Yes.
I thought there was one, or else it has like energy level.
It does
Moderately?
It does reflect.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're getting at. I'm tired, okay? It's like almost 3 in the morning. Hey, that's off cooldown. Hawk stance.
Hawk stance and
Oh, they're back.
barb tip
On.
bottom.
I don't think this is gonna end well for us.
I need to cover MP.
Mm-hmm.
Do I not have enough for a heal? I will have to heal her. She's taking too many attacks. Yes.
If you don't leave yourself with at least 12, you can't refresh again. That's the thing.
Attack the bottom ones.
Alright. I think we're gonna have to come back after properly healing. So after we wipe. I guess if you want some jokes about it. The top one, Cybathos, There's a lot of various abilities and magical stuff. What do you want
Mental space.
in the mental space? Which one do you want to do? Here, you know what? Better idea. I'm not even playing right now. How
This
about I
is
just give you the controller?
This is true.
So there's a lot of like magical ability stuff in the Mindscape. That's why the MP is kind of low and the SP is moderately down. I have to put up with it, which is why my HP is below half. Man, that feels very reflective of this game right now. My HP has constantly been below half.
I meant. Oh, change of the target.
Very, very reflective.
That was not the target I wished. Hail Mary.
Well, you attacked the parasite.
I can't actually.
You have enough for refresh, but
I need to refresh. This is the part.
yeah. No, I think it'll be better once I can start keeping poison and burn on parasite while you keep applying bleed. Because we did go into this with lowish MP. And this is the TPK coming. Probably. Unless we get very lucky with a lot of crits. Did not realize there was a rationale to use that levels. Yeah, a very small one. And the action points is because Lapis has way too much energy. So she gets extra actions. She has the zoomies. There was actual rationale there when it was first made. It's just not something we think about too much.
That was unfortunate. Are we trying again now that our MP are in date?
Oh, of course we are.
Very unfortunate.
But the real question is, can I get... Okay. So, do we really care about seeing a scan off the bat, or do you want to get plays on it?
I would like to do the skin still.
Okay.
Just being able to look at the HP while you're dealing with it.
You can't do anything, so attack.
Yes. Bleed it off.
Okay. So I play bleed. And I want to get... what does it use more of? It doesn't use AP at all, and it barely uses CT. Ugh.
It was on the first session. Unfortunately, we have not gone to Nexus to a name renamer that is around. So, we are stuck with that. It was also mentioned who's playing.
Beatdown, I'm assuming?
Yes. Me, Hatis, Yan, and Sakira.
If
Beat up the minion.
okay, if we want to spread the damage, I can fire in, and that should kill both of them.
If you feel confident that you will... Oh! The bugs are revealed.
Yeah.
Because you successfully killed them.
What's that must have been? It might have been right before you got here, or right after. So, oh, it might have been ads, actually, for that matter. Either way, what do you want to do?
I will do a place on the bottom punk so that you can guarantee heal.
You.
She is attacking the main one.
Just normal attack? Or do you want to refresh bleed?
Get the poison on it.
It has
wait.
poison.
Swap out. Jeez, thank you. She'll attack the bottom punk.
Attacking the bottom punk. Really?
It
Yeah.
might be off your kill range.
It might be, yeah. That would be safe. Hurt themselves in their confusion.
I see how that is.
Way too many times. Ah. Oh, please be nice. Please be nice. Okay. Wow. Not quite.
Just go ahead and do an attack on that one. Yes.
Okay. Well, it was close.
Then I will cure.
In. Because I'm assuming on a KS.
Yeah. What's Kieran's total?
That'll end up doing 173, which puts it at 259, 262, 332. After healing, this is just heal to full.
Heal everyone to full?
No. You don't have multi yet.
The regular heal should be sufficient.
Okay.
Conservation is an important aspect of this fight. And
Are you also going to try to attack the Funk?
yeah.
Question. Do you want to try bleeding it, so no matter which one it goes to, bleed is refreshed? Because that's down to 1 tick of bleed left. No, it's not like Cure 2 rather than Cure All.
Attacking the funk.
Just normal attack?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. There is a Cure All, just don't have it yet.
Yeah, I got mixed up on which one it was.
No. This, I want to throw burn on it. Yeah.
Beating down Parasite.
Okay. You sure you don't want to heal? It'd be too late anyways. Beat down.
Beat down.
Beat down. I am dead.
We thought you were in the crit range. That must have been yellow.
Man, I'm dead. Yeah, it really does like telling you all as much information as it can. Like you can even look through all of their skills, so you can see what they'll do. You know, Shroomy Gaze, free action and does damage. Absorb, deals damage and has lifesteal. You can look at the timeline to see exactly which one they're using, and the current turn order for quite some time. It's really nice. It's so amazing. What are you doing?
Right?
Repoisoning? Or
Poisoning.
bleeding? I think bleed would be better since it has neither, and when I come back,
Well, looked at the icon wrong. Bleed.
and when I come back, I can eventually poison if I come back. To observe penalty. Yeah.
I will be healing a chaos.
Oh. Okay.
All things in due time.
See how it is. Okay, that is still. I see how it is. Leave me dead. It's fine.
You should be used to it. This is unfortunate.
Oh, I think Confuse actually mistargeted. Oh, that's annoying. If is good.
Beat them. Then we will raise you.
Yay! I get to live for like 2 more turns. I was going to be so upset.
Beat them.
Or do you want to set up chakra on yourself?
Chakra.
Okay. Because that'll probably be beneficial.
And I will go ahead and raise the Achaeus.
Okay. And I will do poison and daze. Get myself a little bit of healing.
Beat them.
Alright. Steal the threat back. Steal the threat back. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's annoying.
So will you will not have enough for Pyron.
I will not have enough for firing. Food is good.
So
Hog stance.
Hog stance and lead
Lead, you say? On.
one of small. Yes.
Alright.
I will go ahead and get regen on
Regen or refresh?
refresh. You get the refresh.
Yay! I get refresh. I guess I should preserve. I can burn, I guess. Because I have a torch in hand.
It is technically up to you.
Yeah, I should preserve to go for the firing. Hey, I crit.
Now white magic on Nicaeus.
You know, even though it's well, yeah, I guess blue is supposed to be reasonably difficult for your level.
It should be, yeah, with an even match. Nicaeus is attacking bottom pump.
With swordplay or
Swordplay. Poison it.
okay.
Then I will refresh on myself.
Fresh on myself.
It appears as though
I am getting refreshed again. Yeah.
Pyron.
Feels good to be done. Fix it. Oh, will the funk die from poison? I'm assuming
Cure
cure
to
on.
Nicaeus.
Yeah. Which is making me miss my discipline notes. Oh.
Only one. Did cover trigger if the person's asleep? Since there is an auto cover.
I don't know. But nobody's in critical, so
Okay, sleep plugs into the bite.
you're still confused.
Attack.
Just attack.
Attack.
Hey, you crit. Burn. Burn.
I think you can only attack it with that.
I could attack and get some more MP back. I think I'll do that. Yeah. Oh, okay. I'll miss. That's
So
fine.
that's gonna happen.
Beat down.
We're evaluating.
Like a reinstall Twitch on my phone for you guys. You better be happy.
Beat down.
I guess I'll be happy. I don't know. I've always had issues with Twitch on my phone. Ow.
Don't
Ow.
worry. That is within estimation. Refresh.
I'm not sure how I feel about that. Oh, that was in within estimation.
I'm teasing. Beat down. Then barbed cap.
Okay.
Attack.
68% chance to hit. Yeah. Improved dash time at work. How's my gosh? I mean, good point.
Recover. Or
Cure. Or do you just want to beat down and try to rush it?
no, we don't want to try to kill it this turn. Here.
Self.
Yeah, it's the region won't rock in time.
Poison?
Poison.
Okay.
Then I will not quite have enough for
Yeah.
skip turn.
I appreciate you trying to bring me back to life before this ends.
Yours to self.
Look, when you played enough Fire Emblem Tetris. Yeah, no, I definitely get it.
Skip turn.
I've played XCOM a couple of times. I definitely get it.
And revive, yes.
Yay! And then I die again immediately. Oh, okay. Barely.
See, we had things organized.
Woo!
You may have not gotten to participate because of our planning, but
Hey, I got the full experience.
yeah, we were banking on being able to get the full experience.
Hey, Phoenix Juice and Phoenix Juice pouch. That's appreciated.
But with getting that by one short, that was quite alarming to us.
Alright, so let's see what we can get. You can get, well, a damaging spell.
No.
You can get guaranteed crit.
Thank you.
So it says accumulate 4 AP. I believe that means you actually generate AP instead of costing AP.
Oh, yeah.
So,
That's basically a setup skill.
yeah.
She will take it.
Okay.
What was the alternative?
This,
Oh.
the earth attack.
Getting an AP Earth attack is good, but not very workable.
Not is it only an AP earth attack, it's a multi-target AP
Yeah.
earth attack.
Yeah.
Aegis, what do you want? You could get natural tank. You can actually get a couple skills. Yeah. Start battle with small mouth threat generate for each enemy. Increase current status ticks. Armor boost. Thank you, Dan.
Start a battle.
The natural tank?
Yes.
Okay. You still have one more point.
Then the
Oh, you would have to get resist boost to get stance tank anyways.
still want to get the skill on the left.
Armor boost?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I can either save for epidemic or get instability. Let's get this.
Should we end the stream with this? It is only a few minutes before.
I mean, we've got a little bit more we can go through this way.
Oh! This
Like,
is everyone who passed the trial.
That was a boss, and we just got through Cave of Trials, so, you know.
Sure.
Hey, you made it through the trial. Nice work. Maybe you'll be able to find what you're looking for in the land of Sequoia after all. Yeah, not bad. Keep it up. Good work, friend. Let's catch birds together soon.
That one is abrasive.
I'd say it's about time you really start thinking hard about what that thing is. That thing you're here to find. The start of a new beginning? The making of new friends? The passage of time? Pfft, that stoic talk doesn't suit you. Besides, can't you see they're here for the same thing we are? Adventure! Hey, you told me you were here because you wanted to make a real difference. Usually...
Adventuring makes a difference.
Yeah, our streams usually go for around 3 hours. So normally it's from noon to 3 on Wednesdays and Saturdays. And then from 9 to midnight Saturday night. For your time. Hey, you told me you're... because you want to make a real difference. Haha, whatever, same thing. Well, we're past the trial and into the real world now, so I guess it's time to get serious. Do you know where you'll go from here? Somewhere, you know, to be vague. Is that Talon again? Don't let it get to your head. I seek adventure, but you don't know what adventure is. The path I want is a path I'll have to discover on my own. You don't know what I'll do, you don't know where I'll go, and you don't know what I want. And you need to be okay with that. I like that quote too, honestly.
I think there's a bit of backstory to the party characters that is unfolding through these quotes.
So I don't know if there's anything up in these rooms. Ow. Might not let me.
Protect. It got added when it got added to the server. It was added both at once, I believe.
Yeah, they were added simultaneously. Capital Courtyard. You know what? Let's set this up as our main home point.
Alright.
A few minutes of climbing?
If you wish.
If I can find a place to climb up. Yeah, here we go. You have your own server? We do.
We do have a Discord server in the description.
I bet you could never.
And also intervals with mentioning the link as well.
Yeah, I bet you could never guess with Nightbot saying it every 20, 30? I forget if it's 20 or 30 minutes.
It should be in your chat history by this point.
Needs
If
courtyard
not, it's
key.
in the description. It is somewhere. It is accessible.
You also need a courtyard key. Yes.
It's just as Minecraftian look with its overworld.
It's Cube World.
It's very weird.
Oh, person. Wonder if I can get to them.
I don't think we've personally interacted other than passing. But, yes.
Welcome to Capital Sequoia. Enjoy your stay. Oh, and don't cause any trouble. Largest city in the land. Don't cause any double trouble. Okay.
Don't worry, we will go all the way for quadruple trouble.
There's a sparkly bit. Plug lure.
So, what I'm hearing is that we should home point back to the fisherman.
Rip.
We can get to the entrance. We can get to the entrance. We can get to the entrance!
I want to find... There's one. So, set home point. This one. Gives me hella F1 vibes. Yeah. So, we could.
Yeah, so we get into the stream with checking out the...
Oh, we've got a lot of backtracking to do. Oh my god, get out of my way.
That's a perfect thing for a few minutes of stream left.
Can I slip it? No. Meow? Yes.
Welcome to Corneria. Welcome to Corneria.
Ray wants to say Cornelia, but that's the sun, right?
Welcome to Inferno. Welcome to Inferno.
Oh.
I like swords.
Oh
Welcome
god,
to
that's
Inferno.
so far over this way.
I like swords. Welcome to Inferno.
Are you okay over there? Are you having an A-list moment?
Referencing a webcomic.
Who likes swords?
Beyond was saying that.
Everyone likes swords. What's not to like about them?
The only kind of... You realize that, Lapis hates swords, right?
How would Lapis hate swords?
I know where this is going, and I am going. She thinks that they're over-glorified.
Dante's Inferno. I mean...
No!
I like spoons.
As you were saying,
I forget what I was saying.
daggers and bows.
Oh. Yeah, why would Lapis not like swords? They're just long daggers.
I saw that's coming from a mile away. There's an odd turn of phrase when you consider the fact that time is not measured in miles.
Wait. Oh, I went very much the wrong direction.
You cannot get on Lapis on it anymore.
Sure I can. I am actually willing to use a map.
She uses maps.
How? As coffee coasters? Yeah, you have nothing to refute that, do you?
has used maps, not as coffee coasters. It's tempting to leave it on that.
Around this way. Have to remember how to get up to the fisherman.
Imagine no more.
Oh, I don't think it was. Yeah, made it.
I cannot say she's used them well, but that is not the same as using. But yes, I guess I
them
could
as
go
coffee
over all the
coasters.
weapons of all the Ithibis, correct?
No, not allowed. Banned.
Yep. Looks like nobody gets to know.
I will go ahead and set this as a home point. Can't really do great things. Alright, so now we have a rod and a lure. You know what? Yes. Flimsy rod and the plug lure.
Oh,
40, jeez.
let's go.
Yeah, why not? At least once. Huh, looks like the line got caught on something. Here you go. Acquired an aggro band.
Aggro ban. That would be valuable. Because almost all the Ithibis, or almost all the Cybate want aggro.
Generate 10% more threat.
I wonder if that stacks with the passive skill. Was that assigned? No.
I mean, you just got it after the battle, so. One more?
Yes.
It's nice being able to catch it. Yeah, thank you for dropping in. Got something. Here you go. Fresh salmon.
To be honest, I'm thinking of a Monster Hunter cookie.
So, alright, we'll end off with that.
Yep.
Thanks for
Was this
tuning in.
stuff?
We will be back Wednesday with Battle Network 2. More co-op stuff on that. Who knows what style we'll have this time.
So, looks as though the stream difficulties was multi-cable.
Yeah, it seems that way. I'm glad we got back to our normal Saturday night streaming. So hopefully no more issues. Yes, we played through Battle Network 1. We've been playing through Battle Network 2 on Wednesday, Saturdays, midday.
If you have time, you could visit the VODs from the YouTube channel. We do have a YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, we do. I should
We
plug
never
that
mentioned
somewhere.
it.
I should plug that somewhere. I'm bad about that. Anyways, hope to see you all either at the next stream or in Discord. So I hope you have a wonderful day, night, whatever time it is.
It's no doubt that it's unstable circumstances for the port edition. It's probably something complicated about heat and physics and whatnot.
And ACDC towns are kind of how the story. Rip. Have a good one, everybody.
Bye.